And welcome back to the 52 Weeks to Wealth. My name is Walter Morello, and this week we're discussing Wealth Principle 7. Who has your money? This wealth principle was popularized by the man Grant Cardone. Hands the camera if you know Grant Cardone. Have heard of the 10X rule? Excellent. So who has your money is built by somebody who's thinking big. He's now a billionaire through real estate. His investment training company makes $250 million a year, which in my opinion makes that also a $1 billion company. Hands the camera for getting this. The guy who is teaching wrote down and said, this is a principle, is a billionaire 2 times over, 2 different industries. Who has your money is a principle to live by. And also I watched Undercover Billionaire. Who saw that series, Undercover Billionaire with Uncle G? He was in it. He was doing good. He was doing bad. He was doing good. Then he won. Well, in that, you learn a lot of lessons. And one of the lessons that he talks about in that series is who has my money? Who has my money? I want to talk about it today because we were just talking about putting in offers. The people who have your money are on the other side of said offer. Now, we were talking about real estate earlier. Hands down if you're a real estate investor. If real estate investing is where all the money is, all the cash flow comes from real estate investments. Yes? Excellent. You beautiful, beautiful people. I love each and every one of you because we're making money and because we're talking about money. We're talking about who has our money today. Now, the answer to that for real estate investors is the person who owns the house, right? They have your money because they don't even have access to it, right? They got this piece of real estate that's not paying them cash flow. And I'm gonna go deeper into why they're the ones that you've got to spend all your time on. You already know the answer. Some of you who've been in the business for a long time, but there are people who are new on the call. There are people who are listening on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Snapchat. And for everybody who's listening, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. For everybody who's on the Zoom call right now, if you ever ask the question, hey man, like, why aren't you bigger? Why aren't you more famous? It's because you have to go and share my stuff. So thank you. I appreciate it. For everybody on Alchemist Nation, we are at over 500 members or 575 members on alchemistnation.com right now. Thanks to you. Over 399 people, the members on there, have been invited by ambassadors. I can see it because you're using your ambassador links. I'm tracking it all. So thank you very much for spreading the mission, spreading our free courses, and spreading your access to your contacts. I got a deal offer this week on alchemistnation.com. Guy just put it out there. I saw the post he made and I messaged him. I sent him a little direct message and he said, yeah, man, you got to sign an NDA. So I sent the NDA over to Ron and Ron told me we're not buying anything. Has anybody ever had this experience? You talk to your partner and they're like, no, you can't do that. Anybody had that? Yes? Excellent. So I'm not the only one. I know some of you are married to your partners. At least mine lives in Massachusetts. I'm in Tampa. So the struggle is a disconnect of who has our money. And this was the conversation he had with me. He said, Walter, who really has our money? Well, he didn't say it like this, but like this was the conversation. It worked out this way. He said, that's not where we make our money. He says, we make our money through building assets that are scalable, that can make a lot of money. He said, you're over here trying to catch these little French fries, right? Real estate at the level we're at is like really hard to go to the $1 billion. But a digital platform that can train the world, Alchemist Nation, this ability to get a lot of people, we're talking millions of users. He said, now that's a multi-billion-dollar business. So the education business is $1.5 trillion. Who wants to be in a $1.5 trillion market with no competition? Yeah, me too. So I was like, who has my money? I gotta go and build my business. The stocks are tanking, right? The stocks are tanking. They just pumped up a little bit the last 3 days. I rode the pump. It was great. I bought on the dip. I rode the pump. Blood in the streets. Who has my money when there's blood in the streets? Who knows? All the people who are selling their assets, the people who they no longer see value in the asset that they're holding. I bought Zillow for $50 a share. Earlier in the year, Zillow traded for over $200 a share. Who knows? This is a ridiculous deal. Ridiculous. Stupid. But people are, selling. I bought it at like $46 a share. Bought a whole bunch. There's opportunities right now. That's why cash is king. Cash, 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 cash. Keep your cash. Borrow other people's money. Buy real estate. Right? Who has your money? Everybody else. Hands to camera if you're catching this. Who has your money? The seller of the house has your money. The people in other houses have your money. Your opportunity to invest is dependent upon your relationships with people who have money. Not everybody has your money, but there are people outside of your house that have your money. We're catching this. We're getting it. So what this principle means, every day, every minute that you are talking to somebody, you should be asking yourself, is this person someone who has my money? If the answer is no, you need to go have a new conversation. It is time to go talk to somebody new, or salvage that problem that you're talking to right now and ask, who do they know who might have your money? And you can frame it that way, or you can frame it more eloquently like this, like most real estate investors. Who do you know who would be looking to buy, who would be looking to sell a house right now? Who do you know who'd be looking to let go of some property really inexpensively? If you're Melanie Santos, who do you know who's looking to let go of a bunch of subways, seller financing, and doesn't want to deal with any of the paperwork and just pass it off to me with all that cash flow? Who do you know who's looking to sell their salon business? Or who do you know who's looking to cut people's hair for me? For Ron and I, we ask a very similar question. Who do you know who is highly motivated, highly determined, highly ethical, wants to do things morally, and wants to scale their business to the next level? Who do you know who is on a mission to build 100 millionaires, or who would be inspired by the idea of building 100 millionaires? And we find our target demographic by asking. We're getting this. You got to ask, speak. This, it was a couple of weeks ago, but this week I was on the call with a very famous actor. His name's Glenn Morshower. And Glenn was talking about the fact that optimism activates. Optimism activates. And so I started thinking about Wealth Principle 7. And Wealth Principle 7 and optimism mean that you're always in belief that somebody has your money. Right? There's always somebody out there who has your money, who wants to give you their money. Your money. It's yours. It is yours. You just got to go and have the conversation. They're ready to get rid of it. Is it feasible? Hands to camera if it's feasible that there are people out there who want to get rid of the stuff they've got. We understand there's people out there. Ron Bowling and I are dumping some of our portfolio, right? I told you guys, as community members, most of you weren't on here, but when I was talking to the mentorship students earlier before this call, I was telling them, if you're buying something from me, you messed up. Do not buy my properties. Everything that I'm selling is way more than it's worth, in my opinion, from everything that I've taught you and shown you. You don't want to pay my prices. Now, Ron and I will sell or finance any one of the deals if you get to our price. We're very reasonable because we're going to make money on the seller financing as well. We're going to delay some of the taxes, push that off a few years. But you're going to be overpaying a ridiculous amount of money. What makes sense is to find somebody who doesn't want top dollar, who doesn't need top dollar, who instead needs speed. Speed to action is the reason that most people will make a mistake. That's why we hang with people who know about speed, understand speed, can operate in a space of speed. Because when you're operating a little faster than everybody else, you make a little bit more. You make significantly more because everybody's operating at this level, just a little bit higher, a little faster than everybody else, makes multi-million-dollar differences just by asking who has my money. That's speed, that communication. That's quick, right? Dorena, when we walk into the room, we go into an event. The first thing I say to Dorena, the first thing I look over at Dorena, I'm like, okay, I want to get out of here as soon as we possibly can. As soon as we get to an event, I'm like, I want in, I want out. But I know that we're the last ones who close the room. We're going to stay until we close the event. Well, we are not leaving until everybody else leaves, until we've drained every drop of opportunity out of the room. Hands to camera if you know that's true. We close those rooms down. Me and Mike Shine, we close those rooms. Me and Terry close those rooms. right? This is what we do. We go in and we do not leave until we, like, every drop of opportunity has been squeezed out of the room. Who has my money is running through my head the entire time. Darina, when we walk into an event, she says something different to me. She looks at me and says, remember what Grant Cardone said to Elena? She looks at me and she says, remember, Walter, I know you want to help everybody. I know you want to serve everybody, but we're here to find who has our money. Let's give Darina, the Russian princess, a round of applause, right? It's a tough little cookie. Who has your money means every day seeking an answer to that question. Russell Brunson has something I really love that he says, how do I get a raise today? Write this down. It's a powerful affirmation. These are both powerful affirmations. How do I get a raise today? I've answered that question a lot of times because people are asking me often, what should I do for marketing right now? What investment should I invest in? And the answer continuously is you. Like, if you're asking me, you need to go find some information about yourself. You need to learn you. I invest in a lot of different assets. I invest in stocks, crypto, real estate is the majority of my wealth, although business is maybe 47% of my portfolio. And the stocks and crypto, stocks are 1%. I did the math the other day. Stocks are 1% of my net worth. Crypto is 2% of my net worth. And I've got real estate is 47 or 48% of my net worth. And my business is 47%. That's a lot to be associated in the stuff that people are not asking about. Like, people are like, oh, should I invest in stocks or crypto? It's like, dude, like, I got 3% of millions of dollars. 3% is invested in those assets. No, like, I don't have a lot of faith in somebody who has no money investing in those. People who have money, oh yeah, stocks and crypto make a lot of sense. Just, get your money working fast. But people who have time, who has your money, comes down to what is your requirement for that money. If you don't have money to transfer, then you've got to have time. You got to have a little bit more speed, a little more potency in your body and in your hours that you're putting out there. So the thing I was getting at is, what makes the most money right now? Who would like to know what makes the most money right now? Like, what thing you should be doing that makes the most money at this point? Follow me and Ron. He and I are very nerdy when it comes to money. We research, we spend hours and hours and hours with ourselves, with other millionaires, with billionaires, talking about like how to do it, what makes sense right now. And the consensus is build a business. The consensus across all boards, all channels, is build a business, increase sales. Marketing is good. Marketing is nice. Everybody asks me, oh, should I start what should I do for marketing? Pick up the phone. You don't belong marketing yet. You haven't earned marketing. Marketing comes from having way too much money in the bank, from selling. We're getting this? Marketing is a luxury of when you have too much money, you need to spend money in your business. Otherwise, you're going to pay taxes. You spend money on marketing so that you can expand your reach and make your sales process a little bit easier. But marketing comes second to sales. You want to start a business? You think you're a business owner? You think you're going to be one of those E-Myth entrepreneurs? One of us? And Scam, by the way, you're an entrepreneur. You got that skill. You just like building businesses. Hell yeah. Here's the deal. You want to be one of us. You want to be an entrepreneur. You got to get good at selling. You got to be able to sell. You've got to be selling when you wake up, selling when you go to sleep, selling yourself on making the next sale. Sales is life if you want to make a lot of money. That's it. Now, who has your money means I only sell to smart targets, the right people. I sell to people who are highly motivated. I sell to people who are determined. I sell to people who already have a proven record of success, because they're more fun to work with and they're more likely to stick with it. They're more likely to do something. And they have a big enough reason to want to be successful. They believe in themselves. They believe it's possible for themselves. And so they won't let anything stop them and get in their way. We're getting this? That's why Alchemist Nation is focused on highly motivated people, determined people, people who want more. In fact, when Darina and I were talking, this was like in the first couple of weeks of us getting back together, we were talking, and she told me that she's like, yeah, when I was growing up, there was something, my parents really didn't like about me. And I was like, cool, all the dirt. Like, now I'm going to figure out why we should not be dating together. By the way, all your prospects, when you're who has your money out there, be thinking like this. I can't wait for the opportunity to get out of this conversation. I'm going to somebody else, but I always have the conversation just in case there's money on the line. And Dorina, she's like, I'm going to tell you, the reason. I'm like, my parents couldn't, they frustrated my parents so much. I was like, oh my God, I'm listening. This is so intriguing to me. Like, what was it that you used to say that would like bother your parents on this insane level? And your sister would get so mad and frustrated. And she'd say, she got a little like, I was like, she didn't want to tell me what it is. Who feels the anticipation that I was feeling in that very moment in Providence, walking along the water with this beautiful woman on my hand? I'm looking quietly, my heart beats. And she says, I used to say, I want more. And in that moment, I was like, that's the one. She wants more. She's hungry. She's looking to do things. She's not going to get satisfied. She's not going to just be like, oh, Walter, good enough. We got enough money. Carry on. She's hungry. Ron Bowling, my business partner, he's like, dude, I want legacy wealth for all of my daughters. I want to have my daughters never have to think about money. That's why I keep going. That's why I keep growing. That's why I keep building. And so that my kids never know like what it was like to not have money. I want legacy wealth. He said, this is how he worded it to me. I wrote this down in one of my notes. It's Bowling Family Trust, legacy wealth. That's Ron Bowling's goal on my list of people's goals. And I keep a list of people's goals, people who I care about, people I've had business partners with, all of my mentorship students. I have a list of what is it they care about? What are they looking to do? What is their goal? Why are they here? What are they coming for? I send out questionnaires because I want to know what's going on in the minds of the people who have given me money in the past, who trusted me then to bring them to the next level. How do I find more people like this to support the mission going forward? And even more importantly, how do I support the people who have already proven successful? How do I support people who've already gone through programs and done things and give me a reason to brag about their success? By the way, Melanie Santos, right? Like Greg LeBlanc, like Julie Bradley, like everybody you see on the camera right now, Mitch Jorsky, Frank, Mike Shine, Terry, Amy. I'm looking at all of Desiree, Alicia, Aleem. I'm looking at all of these successful people. There's Ken Hoff. He's turned his camera on just for that one. Let's give these guys a round of applause. The people who are in the mentorship and have gone through and taken action and done deals, right? You guys give me the best referrals. You are the best references there are just by being yourself, showing up on these calls, being successful. I want the questions though. I asked the question this morning, why don't we put offers? Because all those answers allow me to help you on a level that you don't even know exists, a subconscious level. Why is it that we're sabotaging ourselves from success? Why is it that they're not doing the things that they know are the right thing to do? Hands to the camera if you understand there's a solution to all of your problems. And I am hunting for it. I am seeking the solution. I am seeking the answers. That is my true desire, is to see each one of you on stage at the 100 Millionaire Summit, rocking one of our shirts saying, yes, I'm a millionaire this year. This is how I did it. Thank you so much to the shiny bald guy, to Terry, to Mike Shine, to Dorina, to all of our coaches, our mentors, Mitch Jorsky, the other Mitch, Mitchell D, right? Frank Montero for giving up money. He's passing out all the money. Melanie Santos, Steve Cutt for supporting us and like making us feel like we could do it too. Jen Sullivan for writing those books. Thanks, Karen, for catching this. 100 Millionaire Summit is going to be freaking epic. I'm talking 100 millionaires at the summit, 1,000 people in the room. When I wake up in the morning, I think, who has my money? How do I get a raise today? The answer is talk about the summit and get people to talk about the summit and get them to bring their people in. When I think about what are the answers to all the problems that our community keeps giving me, which, by the way, thank you for all your problems. We understand as an entrepreneur, I get rich from selling problems. I get rich from solving other people's problems. As an entrepreneur, you get rich from solving other people's problems. So there's going to be some questionnaires coming out, working on them. I'm personally working on the questionnaires myself, designing them, building them. moving things around. Dorina will probably clean them up and make them look prettier. But I'm working with questionnaires to find out what's going on in your world. So if you can drop in the chat, what questions would be the best questions to ask somebody who is not making moves? Drop in the chat. What are the best questions to ask somebody to identify if they're ready to invest? Should I be asking income questions? Should I be asking past experience questions? Drop in the chats questions you would suggest that I ask for people to get into this community to be able to level up with you. By the way, this is also a moment to be selfish and drop in questions that would identify who has your money as well, because I am looking to solve a lot of your problems. What kind of person are you looking for? And what are the identifiers? Drop it in the chat. Let's blow this chat up right now. Blow up the chat with who has your money? Let's find out. What are questions, identifiers to people who would be able to work with you specifically in your business? Who has your money? How do you know they have your money? What are some of the identifying signs that they're ready and willing to give money to you? Drop it in the chat. Let's blow this up. Let's turn this into an extremely valuable asset for everybody. Paula Miller, what's up? I see you on the camera. Is that your niece? Cousin? Yes, awesome.
This is my niece, Maya. She says hi.
Hey, Maya. Maya, we're on a mission to build millionaires, not age discrimination. So you can start today, start tomorrow. Let's get going.
We're doing all this for her.
To build 100 millionaires. Speaking of the 100 Millionaires Summit coming up, you know the deal. I got to raise the price on the VIP tickets. So every 30 days, we increase the price the first of the month for the VIP tickets. 100 Millionaire Summit is October 21st. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving the chat, by the way. Dorina, can we make sure we copy all of this? I'm going to put this into a form or maybe a series of forms at Alchemist Nation to have new members sign up and fill out. We understand that it's an IT company. That means information technology. We want the information from our community so that we can go and find more people like that for the community. Making sense how Alchemist Nation works? We want to copy and paste our ideal people that we already have. Man, I want to know what colors you like. I want to know what breakfast you have. I want to know what you desire to do in this world. What are your ambitions? What stopped you in the past? What are fears you had? Anything that could be something that I could attach to copy and paste you, because you are exactly the people I want to hang out with on a bigger scale. Does that make sense? Look around the room. Look around all of the faces on the Zoom camera. Yeah, you are exactly the people that I want to spend more time with at live events, in digital calls like this, in masterminds like Mitch's crypto mastermind that's coming up, which Mitch called it yesterday. Mitch was on the call with me and a couple of other millionaires, and he's like, yeah, you know, it's a high ticket item. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, it's not a high ticket item, bro. It's $5,000. That's still in my mind a low ticket item. Hence the camera, if you know your car was way more than $5,000, right? Your vehicle, your car is a high ticket item, right? That maybe we can call that a high ticket item. What Mitch is selling is expensive for cheap people. That's all that is. It's it's expensive for people who don't know how to invest in themselves. And I gave Mitch some qualifiers for who has his money. I said, Mitch, if they don't have 50 grand to invest in crypto, they don't belong in your mastermind. Because I'm in your mastermind. I don't want to deal with them. That's Karen, if that makes sense. We get it. All right. Steve's in the mastermind. Mike's in the mastermind. Like, we don't want to deal with people who don't have money to invest in crypto. Like, why are we even having this conversation? Like, dude, like, you don't got 50 grand to invest. Like, no, you're not ready. Like, go do other things. Sell something. Who has your money? Who has your money? Drop it in the chat. Ideas or strategies for who has your money? What people have your money? Excellent. 100 Millionaire Summit is interesting this year. We are bringing speakers in from outside of the community, speakers with leverage, people whose audience might have our money, people whose audience might be highly motivated, who might be highly successful, who might be highly driven to do things, to become millionaires, because none of them have ever said, I'm going to make you a millionaire. All they've ever said is, here's how you invest in real estate, or here's how you do this, or here's how you do that. What we say is millionaires. Hence, Karen, if you're committed to becoming a millionaire next 3 to 5 years, yes. Some of you have to commit to making another million in the next year. I guess some of you are already doing it. Some of you have already crushed the millionaire goal and are now going after pentamillionaire, decamillionaire, ventimillionaire. It's Cameron's just a cool community. Hell yeah, we are. Absolutely. All right. So activity step this week, take everything you saw in this chat and go and serve somebody. Serve somebody you like. Download this chat, find a person for them. For the 100 Millionaire Summit that is coming up, the ticket prices are going up again. The general tickets for general seating, Darina has negotiated with me and she said, we got to keep those because even cheap people need to come to the event. Hence, Karen, if you know, that's true. We got to be able to bring our friends. We got to be able to bring cheap people to the event because they're not ready yet. They don't understand the value of what this community is just yet. They don't know all the money's here, all the deals are here, all the motivation, all the inspiration, all the friends. Hence, Karen, if you remember what it was like not to have friends who talked about money. Anybody remember those dark days? Oh, that was the worst. Oh my God. Ron and I started South Coast, what was it used to be called? South Coast Real Estate Investor Meetup because we were lonely, right? We were lonely. That's why we started the training company. We were just like, dude, like, it's just us. Who else buys real estate? Who else is doing it? Like me and you. And we started it and it started small. It was 4 people, then it was 5 people, then it was 10 people, then it was 20 people. Then we couldn't fit it in our office. We had to start going to other places. It was 50 people and 100 people. And now we're online and there's 550 people on Alchemist Nation, 575 people. I mean, who's keeping count, right? Every single day we stack on 10 more members. We got to make sure they're the right people. We got to make sure that we're qualifying them. So we're going to be building some checklists, some information gathering forms to put out there and say, hey, do you qualify for this? The Start Here section. Who's seen the Start Here section on Alchemist Nation? The 3 steps. Start here, 3 steps to building massive passive wealth. I updated it last night. Who saw on Alchemist Nation? There were some updates going out. alchemistnation.com. Go take another login. So I made some changes. I updated the 52 weeks to wealth, changed the format a little bit. And as each week goes by, you'll see me adding a detailed section for the 52 weeks. So as you go on there, it's going to be more of a table of contents that you can push the button and go to the course and actually see the whole wealth principle with the videos. I may even stack all 3 seasons. Would that be valuable if all 3 seasons were stacked in one lesson? All right, so I may do that. Probably gonna do it. I'm nerdy like that, where I like to see the past results of things. So then the other thing I created was a section just for the books, Michael Shine's section. So the keeper of the books now has an area that just has the books, all 52, and the links, affiliate links that click. By the way, yes, use those affiliate links to buy your underwear, your socks, your Lamborghinis, whatever you're out there buying on Amazon. Buy a book first. Because apparently that's how Amazon affiliate works. If you logged in with the affiliate link, whatever you buy ends up going down the funnel. So a very cool system that Bezos has created. Thank you, Bezos. Appreciate all the blessings you send us. Who has your money? Ladies and gentlemen, this week, Wealth Principle 7 is your opportunity to double your income, triple your income, 10x your income. This is the principle. This is the one. If you can identify who has your money and you only had 10 conversations to have, for the rest of the year, 10 conversations that were going to make all your money, and you knew you only had 10, wouldn't you be a little more cautious about who you talk to? Ask Karen if that's true. You'd be very aware. You wouldn't, like, if you only had 10 people you could talk to, 10 calls to make for the rest of the year, and that was how you were going to make your million, man, I would filter this thing very carefully, very, very cautious. Personally, I would only make 1 call. I'd make sure it was the one, and I would make it quick so I could figure out if I got to go make another one. Does that make sense? Make that call quick. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to use all 10 of these calls in one shot. Dude, I'm making 1 call and it better be the one. And if it's not, I'm not hanging up until I ask who the right person is for me to talk to, who would have my money. So this week, treat your life like that. This week, block out all the conversations except for the high level ones, the big money ones, the big money mamma jammas, right? Alchemist title coming up. That's Michael Shine, his office, building, expanding all across the country. That is a conversation I'm going to have. Does that make sense? That's something I'll talk about. Mitch Jorsky, potential Alchemist crypto fund. I've seen it. We'll put it out there. The idea of each one of our coaches, generator coaching, expanding, serving more people. I'm going to have those conversations. Alchemist Financial, right? Our lending company with Frank Montero. Those are people I want to talk with. Obviously, Ron Bowling, expanding Alchemist Nation, the digital side. Darina, Alchemist Events, expanding all of our live events. Each one of you has somebody who would be that one person. And there's that one topic that if you talked about it, all the money would explode. All the money would be right there. Mark Dozos could be that guy for me. Mark Duzwa could be that guy for me, right? Because he's the leader of the affiliate group. He's teaching us how to improve our affiliate program, and he's recruiting and training people who want to make money selling our programs. There are people like that out there for your business too. Now, don't go and try to take my Ron Bowling or my Darina or my Mark Duzwa, my Michael Shine. Like, don't go out there and try to create your own. There is so much money in the world right now for you to go and find your people. Don't take Mike Shine's Ken Hoffman, although I just did, talk to Ken Hoffman, say, can you do one project for me? Just one. And he's going to, and I firmly believe Ken will make $200,000 to $300,000 over the next year to 2 years through that project. Let's give Ken Hoffman a round of applause. I like paying people. I love seeing my people make money because it means I'm making a lot of money too. Hence, Karen, if you can make that commitment to your friends and family who are going to give you money, if you can make sure that they are also making money, your partners, your team, excellent. 100mm Summit. If you want to find out who the speakers are this year at the 100 Millionaire Summit, go to 100mmsummit.com. Go now, because Darina fixed the website last night and she texted me last night. She said, babe, what do you think of it? I scrolled and I was like, it looks exactly the same. And then I got to the bottom and I was like, whoa, no way. This is nuts. It's crazy who she's got to speak at the event. By the way, Darina does all this. I want to say this again. It's very important to understand. I am just a pretty face on the camera speaking truth. All the work is done behind the scenes by some very hardworking people. Very hardworking people. And Darina is running this event. She's the reason we do the events. If it wasn't for her, I would not be doing the events. But she makes it easy enough for me and Mitch and Terry and Mike to get on stage and do these events. Hence, can't recognize that's true. If it's easy, you'll do it. Attract the people who will make it easy for you. That could be who has your money. Your money may be in the minds of other people, the hands, the efforts of other people. Oftentimes I talk about OPM, but with Ron and all my other partners, I talk about OPT, other people's time, other people's services. I like to sell other people's services. I like to leverage other people's time. We have a lot of people here in the Philippines where their time, valued dollar-wise, is a little bit more affordable than you expensive ass Americans. Hence the camera, if you know, it's a little, you get your dollar goes longer in the Philippines. Yes. They're also harder workers. In a lot of cases, I think they're smarter than us. So I love working with my team in other places because there's more opportunity out there. Each one of the people that Darina has hired are just fantastic. And anybody who she's let go, also nice people, but we just let them go. Like they weren't the right person. They didn't have the energy, they didn't have the desire. Who has your money? I know that each one of the people who is inviting people has the money. They have the ability to go and find more money. And Scam, if you want to surround yourself with people who have the ability to find more money, go to alchemistnation.com. At the top left-hand corner, there's a button that says 2022 Summit, or a button says Summit. Yes, it's 2022 Summit. Click that button, scroll down, check out the website of all the people that are going to be there. Buy your tickets today. Buy them today because the prices are going up, and I don't want you to overpay. I want the other people to overpay. The people who were last minute people, the people who didn't make fast decisions people, the people who were like, oh my God, yeah, I'll get to the summit, and then the summit tickets are priced out and you can't buy them. Those people, I want them to overpay. I want them to think about it and sweat and think, wow, oh my God, this is what happened to me because I didn't make a decision quickly. Now I'm overpaying for something that I could have paid half or a fifth for, before, if I just bought in March when Walter said, buy it now, take action now, go and buy the tickets while it makes sense, while they're affordable now. That makes sense. By the way, VIPs, I'm teaching you a whole extra class on leadership, communication, and culture, how to get other people to work for you for free or practically free, and how to do all the work without you having to do anything other than a conversation once a week with your team. Hence, Karen, if that's a valuable tool for high net worth individuals, yes, that's because I know who has my money. The people who pay for the VIP tickets are the people who are going to move this mission forward in a big, big way. So for the VIPs, take your action now. Prices go up. That's 100 Summit this year. Michael Shine, there's something that we like to do every single week. We read a book a week in this community. So let's give Michael Shine a big round of applause. The keeper of the books, the holistic attorney, the closer, the great, the man, the myth, the legend. Michael Shine, what is the book of the week?
The book of the week is Grant Cardone's If You're Not First, You're Last. And geez, Walter, you picked the perfect week since half the group is going to 10X conference next week. Grant Cardone. Wow. Every Grant Cardone book is unbelievable. It's just motivation. He's tough. He doesn't mince words. He admits he's not a great writer, but he just sort of gets you so amped up, and this book is no exception. It's I just wanted to read one of the quotes from it. Anyone can make a product similar to yours, and someone is always willing to sell it for less. The only thing that keeps you above the fray is cultivating, nurturing, serving, and doing everything you can to amaze your current customers. So when you're out there in the world and you're quote unquote competing, it's not competition. It's just go out and just amaze your customers. That's what I really got out of this book is you can be first and just go crush it. And God, I just love Grant. He's rough around the edges, but he just gets you so amped up. I just love it. And so I listen to him on Audible all the time. And yeah, highly recommend this book. It's a must read if you're in sales. And if you didn't know, you're all in sales. So there you go. That's my book of the week. Peace.
Let's give Michael Shine a round of applause. It is true. We're all in sales. We're all selling something. And I love that book so much. If you're not first, you're last is a staple. And I get accused a lot. People are like, oh my God, you're the next Grant Cardone. No, I'm not, dude. I'm Walter Amarillo. The next Cardone is doing his thing. Like, I support the man. I go to his events. I'm not the next Grant. I'm just me doing what I'm doing to build and support more people. I'm on a mission to build 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. Grant Cardone is like, sell or be sold, 10X. Like I'm going to his events to get myself juiced and amped up to get to the next event so I can build my events even bigger. In fact, his event is what I modeled the summit after, right? Russell Brunson's event is what I modeled the summit after. Like going on those big, like really cool, how do I add more value, serve more people, like get it, make it better, make it more special. I add my little extra sauce. Grant Cardone doesn't do some of the stuff we do. That's the Karen, if you know, the 100 Millionaire Summit's different from any other event out there. People who are there know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we take it to the next level. Awesome. So go to 100mmsummit.com and then go on to Alchemist Nation and send Dorina a message in the main comments. Like just share what your biggest takeaway was about the page, or put a comment into the summit event itself and just say, Dorina, this was my thought on the website. I love this, or I thought this part was terrible. Get it changed. Whatever you want to say out there, she can handle it. So let's give yourselves a round of applause. It's been another powerful week, another powerful week ahead. I want to open it up to questions. This is your chance. Q&A, question and answer. I'm running a little late, man. I get so excited. Fall into old habits, go deep into these topics. Yes, Karen, this was valuable this week. Valuable lesson. We know the activity is, I want to be very clear, the activity is for you to be going and getting access to people who could, if just 10 people who can make all your money for the year. Just 10. If you're in sales and I had this conversation with my brother. My brother was like, yeah, I gotta talk to like 100 people, do all these roofs to make X amount of money. I was like, dude, or you could just go to Walmart and do all their roofs, like probably one contact, or go to Starbucks or go to McDonald's and just like go to one contact and do all the roofs for all those areas, like the VIPs in that area. And scam for catching that. Like you could do roofs for single family homes and stuff, or you could just go to somebody who has a lot of roofs. Right? Real estate's the same way. I could, go to all the single family homeowners, or I could go to the guy who owns 50 single family homes and have one conversation. Just buy them all that way. Or 24 condos, as it were. So I want to open up to questions. What are your questions? This is for the communities, for people in the attendees area. Unmute the mic, ask questions. The coaches will be answering. Our coaches are specialists. Mitch is in crypto. Terry is talking about mindset, goals, vision. Michael Shine is partnerships. If Doug McGurk was on here, he would be teaching you how to speak. And go share your questions with us now. First to unmute gets to go.
So this is Roland.
Roland, what's up, brother?
How's it going? So I'm actually at an event that I'm holding myself, but I'm the only one here right now, right?
It's
And
early.
I'll show you guys. So I'm doing a free training on how to do property management, right? Streamline property management.
Don't let it be a plug, Roland. I'll kick you out in a second, man. Give me a question.
No. There's no plug. There's no plug. The question that I have actually though is, how do I get people to come? Because it's a free session, it's a free training, right? I don't charge anybody anything. I'm not selling anything. But I want to be able to get people engaged and show them how to streamline rental property management services. How can I get people to come to my training?
Ask them questions. What would you go to? What training would you go to? Why would you be at a training? And then create that training. Most speakers, trainers, teachers create the training that they think is a good training. I create the training my community asks for. So go and ask your community, what do they want? And they will tell you.
All right, well, that's fair enough.
I'll jump in on this. Roland, how many people do you have on your list?
How big is the list?
Well, actually, my list is pretty large. Like I have an active campaign, and I have people in the past.
How many of those people on your list are property managers?
None.
Then you don't have a big list.
Well, I don't want to talk to property managers. I want to talk to landlords, right? Property managers have their own way of doing things. I want to teach landlords how to do property management on their own with less headache.
One of the things
I would say this is going to be a long question, Terry. I would say you guys might want to do a call.
Yeah, that makes sense. Jump into, or I'll put my contact info and we can talk.
All right.
We can go to alchemistnation.com and send Dr. Terry Wager a message and he will respond. And Dr. Terry Wager, by the way, has a sweet new course called Setting Goals with Dr. Terry Wager on the course. I just launched it this morning at 8 a.m. Let's give Terry a round of applause. New course on goal setting. And Roland, you can find Terry's contact information there, or he's going to drop it in the chat right now. There it is. You can drop it in the chat and click that link, set up a call with him. I'm very interested, Terry, to find out where that conversation goes, because Roland is a killer. I've seen him on a bunch of my calls I've been doing during the week. So very awesome. I want to see him explode his business since he's doing a lot of what we're doing. Serve more people. What else? Questions, takeaways from today's wealth principle. First to unmute goes. Julie Bradley, I just love seeing you talk. I see your face right now. You're like, I don't know if I should I not? You always got something beautiful to say. Go ahead, Julie, you're up.
Thank you, Walter. I love this platform to get over the fear of speaking to people. So that's why I push myself to share. And I also think that there's good takeaways for people on the same level where I might be in my journey. So I don't know how related it is to the principle this week, but I think my biggest share is I just did my net worth tracker, which I do consistently as I learned through going through the mentorship. And even with a flip and borrowing hard money and taking on a little bit more debt, I still see that number growing. So that is like so much motivation. It's all in the numbers, right? You know, I'm the numbers queen. And that just spoke to me this morning that I'm doing the right things. So make sure you keep up with that network tracker. It definitely tells a story and gives you the motivation to keep going. That's my share today.
Let's give Julie Bradley a round of applause. Julie Bradley does the books for South Coast Capital Investments, for Alchemist Nation, for Alchemist Nation Events, a lot of our businesses. So she's amazing, and you can learn more about Julie Bradley on alchemistnation.com, where she has her cup. Oh, she's awesome. Look at that. It's true. The net worth tracker is also available in Alchemist Nation for everybody who's in the mentorship. Ron Bowling went and added that to the course. So it is now available there. We can download it, or you can go to the website and get access to the digital version of it. So access the net worth tracker, go use it weekly, just like we taught you in the mentorship. Keep going through the process, and it does go up over time. Awesome feedback. What else? Questions, shares, comments?
Walter, speaking of the net worth tracker, if I were going to go and use the net worth tracker, which I don't do, but I should, I know, and I wanted to put Jen's pin on it, how would one go about actually doing that? If I'm building a business and I want to put it on the net worth tracker, but I don't know how to do that.
I would take the business that you have done so far, and then I would take the average of what you expect to do in the future. So forecast the probability of the amount of money you're going to make this year. And then I would just copy that over 2 years and then do that 2 more times. And that would be your value of the business. So it basically you're talking about a 4 to 5 year of your income value. So let's say you're making 100,000 this year, then your value of your business would be about 500,000. Because the way your business is, it's not a sales business necessarily. It's very much it's a structured business where like somebody could literally just buy it and it just prints out money. As long as we replace you, as long as you are the replaced piece. So it becomes more valuable when you replace yourself entirely. But right now, somebody who wants to just write books could buy your business for, let's say you're making $100,000 a year, $500,000, and make that money back within 7 years. So that's kind of how you make it worth it. You could sell or finance some of it too. Be the bank. Which Be the Bank, I think, is coming up. I think we're going to do that in 4 weeks. We're going to teach that course. Let's give Jen Sullivan a round of applause. Oh, Ryan McDermott's on here. So questions. Unmute the mic. Go ahead.
My ears perked up when I heard the net worth tracker. And I love that share, Julie. And just one thing that she said that made me think, made me want to chime in was that she's been doing it. She's been doing it every week, and she's putting money into flips, but her net worth still seems to increase. And when you're writing the checks to do, like when you're doing those rehabs and the money is flowing out, it feels like an expense. But when you're putting it into something that's an asset, it's actually increasing your net worth because you know that ARV is there. And the only way you'll ever really know that is if you're doing that net worth tracker every week and you're seeing what you're not feeling what you're seeing, I guess, is what I'm trying to make. I don't know if I'm making sense, but if that property is increasing in value because you're putting out expenses, it's not an expense, it's an investment. It's the point I'm trying to make. And I hope everybody caught that. And if you didn't, that's why I wanted to just point it out. And great job, Julie. It's an awesome share.
Let's give Ryan McDermott a round of applause. Very true. Dorita just reminded me, Mastermind, that was supposed to be end of the month. We're going to move it to April 2nd because we're going to 10X GrowthCon, like Mike Shine mentioned. I think Mike might be one of the only people not going to 10X GrowthCon this year. So who knows? I just got Mitch Jorsky tickets comped, Uncle G himself. I made a call. They called me. They called me and they're like, what do you want? What do you want? I was like, I want my friends to go to 10X. And they're like, okay, I think we can make that happen. So I was like, okay. I thought all the tickets were sold out. Right? I thought you couldn't buy any more tickets. I got a few. Like, all right, well, My boy's name's Mitch Jorsky. Send him an email. I thought they were sending him an invoice. They sent him a free ticket to 10X GrowthCon. How cool is that? Give Mitch a round of applause. Man, he's got some good friends. I thought they were sending him a bill. I signed him up for the bill. They sent him a ticket. It's cool. Hey, abundant universe. Questions, comments? Anything you have a question off Wealth Principle 7? Who has your money? Or I can open it up to the coaches. So whichever, it's up to you guys. First unmute goes. We logging off at 11. So coaches, if you want to say something, just jump in. If they're quiet, go ahead. Take the stage. Dr. Terry Wager. I never have to push you too hard to say something. Oh, Alicia, go ahead. Go ahead, Alicia. I want to serve you guys to the maximum, but you got to take action, right?
So with interest rates being raised this week, and that trend probably continuing as they're trying to control inflation, do you suggest trying to pay down debt, or do you invest, or do you suggest moving forward with more properties?
Good question. Which one of the coaches wants to take that?
Well,
Mike?
I can say
Terry?
that
Go ahead.
in my world, bringing in money, bringing in income does a whole lot more for me than paying off debt. And so paying off debt is always a strategy we use with a portion of what we're making, but I've never ever been able to increase my income by paying off debt. It just, I don't see how it's happened. And so we always focus when whatever we're doing, whatever venture we got going on, we look at what our income line is rather than what our debt line is, because the more income we bring in, the easier it is to pay off the debt.
Yep.
See, this is why we join every week, because you remind us of the utmost goal. See? Thank
Lisa,
you.
I love it. Another way to look at that is set up a debt pay down program and then focus on increasing income. Just set it up, forget it, and then move on. Go ahead, Mike.
Suggestion, Robert Kiyosaki has a free cash flow game online, Cash Flow 101. If you sign up, it's free. They have games that you can play against other people. I don't do that. I just play by myself because the game goes faster, and you really get that balance between making more income and paying off the little debts. They have like credit card debts, they have retail debt, and your mortgage. And you see how when you get out of the rat race by playing it, and Robert Kiyosaki recommends playing it at least a dozen times. And again, it's free. So definitely that helps you with that question.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, Ron, go
I
ahead.
put the link for that in the chat, Mike.
Ron is, if Ron were to teach a course, so we call him Ron, not a coach bowling, but if he were to teach a course, this course would be take the cash flow game and play it 10 times a day until you figured that out. This would be his course. Be like, go play the game.
Yeah, because like at first I was playing it and I didn't realize you had the little credit card debt and retail debt. So I couldn't understand why I stayed in the rat race for so long in the game. And then I'm like, oh, I have $1,000 retail debt, but I got $10,000 right now. Pay that off, and suddenly, yeah, you win faster. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
I have seen
Fun,
Ron
too.
at millions of dollars while still in the rat race because he has tested every aspect of that game. But it makes sense because now he has a quick snap idea of this is not the thing that we do to move to where we want to go. That is because the game makes it fun to practice those thoughts, that thinking. You're getting that?
As a little sidebar, because of that game, Ken Hoffman realized he wanted to buy car washes because one of the assets you can buy in the game is a car wash. So yeah, pretty cool.
Let's give Mike Shine a round of applause. Alicia, a round of applause. Great questions. Get great answers.
Yeah, I was
One
thinking
more
the
fun
car
one.
wash thing after I watched Breaking Bad.
one more fun one to that point. If you look at the fast track outside on the board, the outside, there's only one real estate deal out there. The rest are all businesses. Interesting point. That to get out of the out of the rat race, you need real estate or a slam dunk on one of the stocks. But for the most part, the rat race, to get out of it, the fastest way has always been real estate for me. Anytime I play the game, right, Ron? You've played this way more than I have. To get out of the rat race, flip a couple houses, right?
Yeah, that works. The super fastest way is to flip stocks, buy them at $1, sell them at a lot more.
That's in the board game.
In the board
We're
game.
not talking about flipping stocks. We're talking about there's 2 cards in the game that you got to get. One, they're both at the stock at $1, and the stock trades to $40 or $50. So like, there's 2 cards in the game that you just wait for that card that is a 40 times return because you know the stock so well. Actually, Mike, reminds me a lot of Lake Resources, right? We bought the stock at 4 cents, and the other day it bumped over $1. So like that, had I bought more, would have been that would have retired me. But $1,800 turned into $29,000. Imagine if I'd bought more. That's the lesson of the game. That make sense? Cool stuff. Valuable.
Walter, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to come back to Alicia's question. I'm kind of listening in the background, and when they talk about rising interest rates, I don't think they're really not kind of necessarily addressing that like high interest kind of retail credit. That's just going to be high. That's always going to be high.
That's high already.
It's high already. But when you're talking about, and I think Julie might have even mentioned it in the comments, when you buying real estate as an investment, that's where you're going to see interest rates go up. So right now, if everybody's acquiring commercial property at high 3s, low 4s, you might see that go to the 5s, which is still historically very, very low. As long as you're buying right, it's an asset, it's going to generate income, and it's still going to work out. And the market ultimately, at some point, and probably the real estate professionals on this would probably agree with me, is that the market will come down. As the interest rates rise, valuations will sort of come down or stagnate, maybe, to kind of meet that. But anyway, the goal should be, though, if you've got high interest credit card debt, is to pay that off aggressively, and I can show you a way to do that and become the recipient of that interest over time. So
Ryan McDermott creating a course at alchemistnation.com. Let's give Ryan a round of applause. I love it. Yeah, guys, one that won't, I don't want, you got to take this in, receive this. The market is going to correct. The market is going to crash. Interest rates are going to go up at some point. I don't know when. When I get asked, what do I do to prepare? That's the right question to be asking, by the way. Build a freaking cash flow business. Don't worry about investing. If you think things are overpriced, don't worry about investing. Build a business, get money, increase flows of income, increase network, increase relationships, get more people and money around you so that when the market turns, you buy all the stuff. Doesn't have to be your money. You just have to have people who trust you. You have to have skills. You have to have a network so that when the market does turn, when the opportunities are all over the place. And by the way, yes, there are still opportunities. Ron and I still could keep buying. We're doing a deal right now, a nice big deal. But what we identified was stock market's down. All my funds are depleted. They're all into the stocks that I wanted to buy. Who's had this feeling? I wish I had more. I wish I put more into that deal. I wish I put more into that stock. I wish I put more into that crypto. You know what the solution is? Build a freaking business. Build income, increase income, draw more income into your world, into your life, serve more people who have more money, who have your money. Wealth Principle 7, who has your money? Serve those people. Hence the camp, if this was valuable. Excellent. Let's give all of our coaches a round of applause. All of our coaches, our celebrity coaches, a round of applause who've added value, serving. Miss Shorsky, I didn't hear you say anything. I didn't hear you dropping any comments, but they asked about the economy. So I guess we got to go to the guy who's been trading stocks for the last 20 years to find out, what do you think about the economy?
I was
The
busy.
us.
I was busy in the chat. It was one or the other. So it was typing chat instead of verbal. Actually, as far as the economy goes, I mean, come on. I'm not going to play the crystal ball game. I actually want to go back to something earlier when you, I already drew a blank on who it was. It was Alicia talking about, I think, like debt and interest and things like that. Just a general point when it comes to investing and debt and interest and things like that. Obviously, you don't want to have too much debt. You don't want to be over leveraged, right? But at the same time, you still want to leverage debt in a beneficial way. And something that you should always pay attention to is, what is my debt costing me? What is that interest rate? And what can I get on a return? Because anytime I hear people saying like, oh, I'm thinking about paying down mortgages, I'm like, you're paying 3.5%. Why would you ever pay that debt off? Because I know that you can put that money somewhere else and make 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% or even higher. So don't over leverage, but at the same time, don't pay down cheap debt when you can make more off that money.
100%. And we know places where you can earn 100% APRs right now.
No, we don't. No.
Yeah, we do. It's nuts. It's crazy. 100%, 100% APRs. But I don't want to sell it on the APRs. You got to talk to Mitch. If you don't understand what's going on in crypto, you got to talk to Mitch. Mitch is going to tell you, look, I don't have time to talk to you, so come to my Tuesday call. Or at least that's why I've told him to tell you, right? So Mitch has been complaining that he's getting too many messages, too many things. He's got no time to trade crypto. So I do, like, then put your big boy pants on. I didn't say this to him yet. I'm gonna say it to him live in front of 55 other people. Put your big boy pants on. Tell people you ain't got no time for that. If they want to talk to you, they got no time
for that.
Right? Go to the call at Tuesday at 6:30 and ask the questions there. Like, bro, like, control your time, control your life. Like, your time is valuable too, man. I know we're all servants. We want to help. We want to serve, but you've also got to, create a situation where it's easy for people to ask questions. It's easy for you to do what you love to do. Serving, training, coaching is exhausting and training. I get it. But if you do it the right way, by the way, anybody who didn't ask questions this week, that's on you. 100% on you. For everybody who did, let's give them a round of applause. I love the questions. It's how we build this company. It's how we serve more people, train more people. 100 millionaires, inspire to build 100 millionaires. Thank you for all the suggestions for the questionnaire form. If you have more suggestions, just drop them in Alchemist Nation or send me a personal DM on there. I want to make sure that we're getting all of your suggestions out, because who knows, your one idea of like who might be the ideal target client for you could also be the one marketing campaign I run that fills this community with a ton of valuable people for everybody else and really serves a big need in the world. So thank you for your suggestions. Thank you for your questions. We're a team, we're a community, we're building together. Alchemist Nation is not just one, it's many. There are a lot of us now. Look at everybody on the camera. Each one of you is an asset to this community. Each one of the coaches is an asset. Each one of the mentors, people who have come through the community, come through the process and become mentors, are all assets. Many of you are on your way. Many of you signed the Millionaire contract with us at the 100 Millionaire Summit last year. Many will be signing it again this year. Go to 100mm Summit and buy the ticket. For those of you who don't know if the VIP is right for you, then you already have the answer. Buy the executive or buy the general. It's okay. But for those of you who know the VIP is the right thing to do, I guarantee you won't have more money next month. It will cost more next month. That's the only thing I can guarantee. Hence, care if that's okay too. That's just truth. I love and respect everybody who's in the room. Everybody who gets there. And for everybody who's wearing one of our shirts, I see Andy Santos. Names on dudes. 100 Millionaire Summit. Throw them up. Master of Influence. Yes. Give yourselves a round of applause. I love each and every one of you. Cheers to your choice. Always work with the best. If you have any questions, drop them into alchemiststation.com. Ask our coaches directly right on the platform, and we will see you on the next call. Cheers. Terry, shoot me the link. I'll see you on the call, bro.
All right.